Mini episode 1597 of the FDH Lounge is brought to you by Sportsology, delivering unconventional columns and webcasts about sports, TV, music, movies, and more. Follow them on the web at sportsology.com.
The FDH Lounge. You want to schedule your life around it.
A long time ago, on a gloomy, wet Cleveland spring night, two men stand alone amidst the late-night drizzle. Their voices echo across the vacant station parking lot as they debate the merits of the great American radio show that have been missing for far too long. On that night, an idea was born. That idea became the FDH Lounge. Welcome to the FDH Lounge.
Hello and welcome to FDH Lounge Mini episode 1597. This is FDH Managing Partner Rick Morris here with our preview of Your Honor episode 2.10. Here's our top 5 notes of interest heading into the series finale. Number 5, Big Mo survives the coup. Honestly, this Wire wannabe subplot has been the least compelling of the season because of how little it overlapped with the rest of the canvas. In retrospect, Big Mo's ludicrous meeting with Mayor Charlie looks even more like a transparent effort to make this angle somehow relevant to the rest of the story. Here, Big Mo flips her rebellious nephew and puts down the rebellion while losing her songbird girlfriend. Maybe that proposal would have landed better if it wasn't delivered in the cringe, keeping it real tough guy style. At least the Desire stuff will be more interesting in the finale because we're probably moving towards open war with the Baxter gang, and there may be implications coming out of Eugene's trial. Number 4. The cat and mouse game between Michael and Jimmy keeps getting more interesting. Of course, overzealous Fed Olivia got Michael burned with her obnoxious micromanaging text, so Jimmy knew that Michael was out to set him up when he offered him the consigliere slot. To what end? This question seems moot for the moment, since Michael turned it down anyway, and Jimmy apparently ended the Baxter District project. But the Michael and Jimmy dynamic will still be key to the resolution of the series. Speaking of which, number 3, why did Fia's reveal of the federal investigation to Jimmy apparently spell the end of the Baxter District project? You would have thought that it would lead to Jimmy doubling down on attempts to go legit, although the fact that so much of his money would have come from drug dealing probably scared him off. Undoubtedly, the finale will reveal how Jimmy came to this seemingly rash position. Number 2. Eugene's trial will be ground zero for the series wrap-up. Of all things, the trial for the murder that ended Season 1 will be the centerpiece of the Season 2 and series finale. The writers cleverly kept this angle under their hats all season long. The previews for next week reveal that the trial will be the place that Fia finally learns that Adam killed her brother and Michael covered it up, which will officially make her the last person in America to know that much. The implications of the trial will probably affect every storyline that has yet to be wrapped up. Number 1, there's an overwhelming amount left to wrap up in 1 hour. This is reminiscent of the great Starz series Magic City, a period piece set in 1959 when an aspiring resort owner teams up with the mob to open a grand hotel on Miami Beach and ends up intertwined with the underworld, the new Castro government, anti-Castro rebels, and the U.S. local, state, and national governments. Like Your Honor, it ran for 2 seasons and had an incredible amount to settle at the end. It did so, although given that the writers were apparently hoping for a 3rd season or a subsequent movie, it raised new questions at the end that would never be answered. Here it seems clearer that Your Honor is done after this episode, but like Magic City, there's still so many balls in the air. Desire has wrapped up its civil war, or has it? With Gina's desire to eradicate them still left unsatisfied. For that matter, the Baxters are starting their own civil war, with Jimmy and his futile dreams of legitimacy both dashed and opposite to his estranged wife and father-in-law. What happens to Charlie's plans for the Baxter District land and to the federal investigation without Jimmy's involvement? The truth about Adam and the lengths that Michael went to cover it up will be revealed to the world. Again, a ridiculous plot hole about that secret, but whatever. And of course, the question of whether Eugene will be sacrificed to the system after being a pawn in everyone else's game looms over everything. There has to be time in the end for FIA and everyone else to react to all of these shoes dropping. An hour doesn't seem long enough for all of this, but here's hoping that it is, and that we get logical outcomes to all of our questions. Thank you for joining us for this mini episode of the FDH Lounge.